Enugu State, nestled in the heart of southeastern Nigeria, is a tapestry of rich culture and heritage. From its rolling hills to its bustling cities, the spirit of the Igbo people resonates in every corner. Yet beneath the surface of this cultural tapestry lies a harsh reality for many women and girls. Deep-rooted traditions and harmful practices have long dictated the roles of women and limited their opportunities, much like in many other places across Nigeria and Africa. From the mistreatment of widows to the prevalence of gender-based violence, Enugu State grapples with the shadows of its own cultural heritage. Gender-based violence is a pervasive issue, with countless women and girls suffering in silence. These acts of violence are not just physical, but also emotional and economic, leaving lasting scars on victims and their communities.
Women have been going through hell on earth. What do I mean by that? If a woman's husband dies, the woman is made to stay to sleep on the bare floor. She will not eat for several days.
The issue here is that before they came, they normally rape people. Some men beat their wife.
Amid these challenges, a story of transformation began. For the past 5 years, the Women's Voice and Leadership (WVL) project, funded by Global Affairs Canada in partnership with ActionAid Nigeria, has been empowering women and girls to rewrite their future.
Being a widow, I have suffered a lot of things. So I decided to use my pains somehow to reach out, to bring people out of obscurity.
Libya na side anya na ewu ụmụ nwaanyị anọrọ look as slaves. Onweghị any right inwe na bed. Like ọ bụ na di ga-anwụọ kịta. I nwere right. O nwere at times abịa asa ozu arụ asị gị ṅụọ ya.
Ebu ụzọ wee kpụga m n'aka ụmụnna ha wee sị ha nye m ihe bọọlụ nke m, oke nke m. Ha jụ, akpọkwalụ m gaa n'aka igwe wee sịkwa ha yekwe m ihe bụ oke m, ekwe ha. Ya mezie m ihe kpọọ m gawa na wako ka m gazie nweta enyemaka.
This genital mutilation, they have stopped that completely. We don't have any issue like that here because I warned them. And I want them to know the implications of the genital mutilation and all that.
So the traditional ruler decided to issue a proclamation banning female genital cutting in the community. So we are really, really proud of that.
Strengthening organizational institutions has been a cornerstone of the WVL project. By building the capacity of local organizations, the project ensures sustainable support and advocacy for women's rights, economic empowerment, and justice.
Before we came on board the WVL project, we're just a normal women association in the village. We gather together monthly to deliberate on issues bothering the welfare of women and the community where we find ourselves, majorly just for women.
Before that, they have so many trainings. Advocacy training, strengthening of CBOs, you have projects, retirement training, project management, all those training. I now know how to use part of Excel, which I don't know how to use before, because without that Excel, you cannot do the retirement.
So we wrote for procurement of all these things, and then one by one we started buying. They bought, first of all, they bought something like these laptops for us first.
Currently we have laptops, we have desktops, we have printers, we have office space, like you can see, and also we bought chairs, tables, shelf, and the rest of it, even projectors. And it was through this WVL project that we were able to acquire all those things.
We got more canopies than required. We don't play with this more money we get from our, our computer center, and we built a canopy and bought 50 seats before, which people started renting.
Okay, our sustainability is this ICT center. That's our sustainability because they have told us earlier that the project is coming to an end, so that we'll have to do something that after the project ends, that thing can be helping us to be generating money to help the organization in the growth of the organization. So we now sit as an organization, as executives, with the stakeholders will now come up with this ICT center.
So this has also provided us with institutional support. It's not a lot of money, but we've been able to provide at least every month, maybe out of 200 and something cases we see, or 500, we're able to provide at least 50 substantial legal aid and assistance through this project. And I think this is huge.
The WVL project has not only addressed gender-based violence, but has also championed women's economic empowerment and economic justice. By equipping women with skills and resources, the project has enabled them to achieve financial independence and contribute to their communities' economies.
When the WVL came, they teach us how to make bead, how to tie hair tie. Like this one, I did it by myself. All this one, the hair tie, I'm doing it.
Sponsor some to learn skills. There's a girl we sponsor to learn how to do hair, in hairdressing. We paid the charges, the madam, you know, and she learned that. She has finished. She's now working for the madam, and the madam pays her, which she used to support the mother, the children, and all that.
I started was when I finished my junior WAEC at JSS 3. So I was now, after writing the exam finish, I was now like finding what to do, that to stay in the house, to sleep and play. I told my mom that, she asked me what am I good at, like learning. I told her that I can plait hair, I like plaiting hair.
The lecture they are giving there is very, very important if we want to become miserable. Then I went back. I think twisely that I must start doing something so that I can be able to help the children and my husband. And especially I myself, I stopped at O level. I don't want my children to stop at O level, no matter what's to happen. What happened to me will not happen to my children.
Through WVL, azụgo ụmụ nwanyị na-abụ izu ezu. Zụọ ụmụ nwanyị na-abụ ịzụ ọkụkọ. Zụọ ụmụ nwanyị na-abụ atọ. Etu esi eme liquid soap. Mmadụ na-abụ etu esi asa ịchafụ na-akwakwa akwa.
Kwesị inwe aka ọnụ anyị dịrị anụ ka o mere my left and right ba. Ba kụziere otu esi eme ncha. Akụzigbo ye, va mụtagbo ye. Ndị ụfọdụ mụta mmadụ 40 ka anyị kpọrọ atọ 3 days.
Orukwa 2022, asị na kedu ihe ọzọ a ga-egoro anyị ga-abara anyị uru. Anyị sị na abịa na be anyị a, anyị ji ụkwụ azụ akwụ. Palm oil processing bụ ụkwụ bụ anyị ji emepụta mmanụ.
Amaghị anything, na ọbụ ha na-evutere ba anyị mụgidere na na-amụtazi. Na before bụ n'ụkwụ ba anyị na-azụ. Ojugodu drone na ọ bụ na ọkwa ba anyị ji azụgide anyị zụcha. Mana kịta na ọ bụ omume ba anyị na-emezi. Ọ bụ ka evutere dis engine anyị bịarụ desa.
Mgbe m bidoro ịrụgodo ọrụ na ọ na-enyere m aka wee nga nọ na ya esevute ego. Ọ bụ mwefute ego meeting, ndị meeting enyezi m nke m. Ewezi m ego m sevutezi, nyere mma nwogo ji ahụ gote nri, esi na nri.
One of the women raised the question that we have not been having our market we have not been selling things in our market. So how can we be able to go about it? So the woman that anchored the event that day started encouraging them and telling them why they need to continue their market.
This I have been doing. People do a patch there. Get away how what I can show you go school. On a phone, I better why you go school. Wanna be a body is about 3 pounds 20 and better. I'm telling you, don't do a patch there. Han and lamp, but I look up at he can you they go on a
They made their complaints about this market that will stop people from going to other places and we start putting things on that particular day of the market. We carry that on. Even as of recent, we have witnessed here, we told them to announce this in the church so that we will. Currently, I have some name of those people that have complied in their advance. So we keep on listening to them, helping them to achieve their own aims for the interest and the benefit of you people's efforts and the development of the community.
Empowered women are stepping into the political arena, challenging the status quo and demanding representation. Their voices are now being heard in local councils and state assemblies, driving policy changes that benefit all.
We also had sensitizations around women participation in politics and leadership positions. We also had sensitizations around economic justice.
It was not really that easy to make people change their way of belief. At first, when they started the project, it was just as if it's not going to work out. But as time goes on, we were able to do advocacy, engagement, lobbying, and the rest of it, just to convince the traditional rulers that it is very, very important for women to be part of the decision making.
This community where we work is their norm that women, they can never stand with men, even attend their meeting, okay? But with this project, we have now sensitized the men to know the need of women, to work with them, because they have beautiful ideas to share. But at times they suppress them. They say that it's norm, it's tradition that women should not sit side by men. But through this project, we're able to work with the community leader, the church leaders, even the councillors and all that.
Mgbe anyị nọ n'Igwe Castle, a local government, ndị Enugu wee kọwara onye ọbụla na onye ọbụla kwesịrị itinye nwanyị na cabinet.
Many communities have included women in their traditional lands meeting, and these have changed faces of their meeting.
But we discovered that women are really very important in decision making. And they are very articulate in reasoning. I discovered that in my leadership, women give me a better impression of what I want in leadership than men.
Maka abanye in politics as 1981. He won langa. I do 4 villages make a ward.
When they were picking officials that will work in each ward, I came out to vie for secretaryship, which I won.
Most of our communities, you hear the stories of women being part of the cabinet, women being part of the security, community policing and all that. And you see them doing what the men could not do. You will see women being awake in the middle of the night, taking charge, being in charge of the market, and you see them doing it even more than the women. So the WVL project, giving them the wings to fly and try what they've not been given the opportunity to try for the first time. Yeah, it did.
Women, girls, community-based organizations, and even entire communities across Enugu State are among the beneficiaries of the WVL Nigeria project. Through skills acquisition, advocacy, and community engagement, the WVL project has been breaking barriers and challenging norms.
We attended a burial in the community, and as soon as I entered into the arena, the women of the community started singing, me, I'm like, wow, has it gotten to this stage? These are all beneficiaries of the good work of the WVL project. So it has really given me visibility amongst the women folk of the community, even the men folk too.
I really want to thank ActionAid Nigeria under the Women's Voice and Leadership Nigeria project, funded by Global Affairs Canada. It was huge. ActionAid built the capacity of the organization, and we made the women in our communities to become more knowledgeable about their rights.
For bringing a change into my community, for making at least hundreds of people having food on their table today. So we remain grateful.
The spirit of the Igbo people, known for its resilience and innovation, is being rekindled through the empowerment of its women. Enugu State is witnessing a quiet revolution as women and girls reclaim their rights and build a future free from violence and inequality. The journey of transformation continues, inspiring hope and creating a legacy for generations to come.